Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. So it was another eventful week last weekend with obviously the Joshua Pulev fight going down. Just want to break it down, give my thoughts and hopefully respond to some of your comments on the podcast. So, job done really, wasn't it? I mean, I thought Joshua, I predicted he'd get him out there within 5 rounds, to be honest with you. I knew Pulev at 39, inactive for over a year. Not the same fighter he was, and I also knew that it was upright, stiff, European style, come forward. He just walked into one by Joshua, and he did. But I mean, I don't want to disparage Joshua's 9th round knockout. It was a beautiful overhand right which caught him, and very, very impressed with Joshua's uppercut. Thought he used that really well throughout the fight. It's a weapon, isn't it? For me, his counter right hand and his uppercut is his biggest weapon, and that's something that Fury needs to be mindful of. It's the uppercut that did for Dillian Whyte. It's the uppercut that did pretty much for Klitschko, and it's the uppercut that did for Pulev. So, very, very dangerous shot. I just don't think Fury's going to get caught with it. That's the only shot I see doing damage to Fury, and if Fury can avoid that, he wins the fight easily against Joshua, I feel. But moving on back to Pulev Joshua, it was a little bit strange though at times, because started confidently, patient, a little bit more hesitant than I would have predicted in rounds 1 and 2, but he sparked into life, which he can do, can't he? Joshua has these patterns in a fight where he'll explode for a round, he'll put it on you, hopefully get you out there. And if he can't, then he kind of hangs back a little bit, bides his time for a few rounds, and then he'll explode again. And often, later on in the fight, it works because the opponent is worn down. But yeah, beautiful uppercut and combination in round 3. Obviously, there's talk that Pulev turned his back, so it should have been over. I'm not so sure. Yes, he did turn his back, but I think it was just a heat of the moment. He was taking a barrage, and you do things that you don't always call for. I think the referee got a lot of stick in that fight, and yeah, I mean, you're not going to see him referee Fury Joshua, but I don't think it was that bad. I think he gave Pulev a standing 10 count. I felt that was the right way. He monitored him, and Pulev was game, wasn't he? He was tough. There's one thing you can't take away: his heart and his will. Yes, he was lacking skills and speed to beat Joshua, but he certainly wasn't lacking the heart. So, but it was strange, wasn't it? So from 4 to 8, he kind of went back into his shell. Joshua got caught back into the boxing, and I agree with Dillian Whyte. He hit behind the jab. Maybe he tired himself out a bit. I also feel Dillian Whyte's right, and he can't really make up his mind between being a boxer and a slugger, an aggressive slugger at that. And I think that's the scars of the Ruiz fight. I think Dillian Whyte's right about that. And, when you fight Fury, you have to be 100% decisive. You can't go 50% boxing, 50% slugger, because he'll kill you. You've got to 100% commit to a tactic, and for better or worse, carry it out. He was lucky he could get away with it against Pulev, but there was indecision. And obviously, his indecision, you could feel there was a vibe in Wembley Arena. I could feel it on TV. And he did get caught a few times, didn't he, around round 6. I think I only gave Pulev 1 round, round 5. But round 6, because Joshua caught him back, I would slightly give it to Joshua. But, I mean, there's an argument, possibly, Pulev won 2 rounds. But definitely won around the 5th one. He worried moments in the 6th, but Joshua came back strong. But, you shouldn't really allow a fighter like that to come back at you, as a lot of people saying, and I agree with that. I thought he was going to put the foot on the gas and get him out there in round 4, because let's make no mistake about it, Pulev was badly hurt in round 3, and it's a minor miracle he got out of that. And I thought round 4 a matter of time, but no, he got right back into the fight. So that's something they need to address. I know Rob McCracken, technical trainer, in many ways, despite having Frock, you look at his whole amateur Olympic setup, he's safety first, isn't he? He's used to, high guard, protecting yourself, and only putting it on someone when there's gaping holes, which there was with Pulev. So I just think Joshua has a chance against Fury if he's the Joshua of round 3. If he's the Joshua of 4 to 8, he's got no chance. Fury just play with him. So for me, I don't often agree with Eddie Hearn, but he's got a rough try and Fury up. He's got to be aggressive from the start, and he's got to be 100% all in that I'm going to put it on him. I'm going to be the aggressive slugger in this fight. I can't outbox. I can't be tentative. I've got to put it on. And if I lose, I lose. But at least I'm doing something that can worry Fury. The uppercut is his shot. He's only one shot, I believe, to win that fight. But like I say, Pulev was growing in confidence, and in many ways his confidence was his undoing. Obviously his 39-year-old legs, you could see, was starting to tire, but he came forward with Joshua, left gaping holes right down the middle, uppercut, wobbled him, and then the right hand did the job. So clinical finish. Overall, I agree. I think it's a 7 out of 10 performance. Great third round, great ninth round. Patient at times, but which I can understand. Set his uppercuts up well at times, but tentative in others. Allowed Pulev to get back into the fight, and ultimately had to survive a few worrying, not heart-stomping moments, but worrying moments in 5 and 6, when really, I think someone like Wilder, Fury, even like, the up-and-comers like Joe Joyce, Hrgovic would have put Pulev away. Make no mistake about it, Pulev is not in the top 5. Despite his ranking, I'd probably put him 9th or 10th in the ranking. So, decent win, but let's not get carried away. I think there's a lot of work to still be done with Joshua, and I don't think he beats Fury on that performance. But we'll see. 2021 is going to be a big year for boxing, and that super fight has to happen. Now it looks like Fury Wilder frees off. The next big thing is Fury Joshua. I'd like to see Fury have a warm-up, tune-up fight before that, though. I don't think you want to go over a year off without fighting and stepping in the ring with Joshua. I'd like to see him fight, like a European-level fighter, just to get his eye in and then go. So hopefully February, Fury gets a warm-up. May, June, the big one happens. And for me, despite a great knockout win, Fury beats Joshua.